to achieve those. And so with that, I pass it over to you, Dunbar.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. All right, I was making sure we was on YouTube there. All right, good stuff, guys. Appreciate you guys jumping on this holiday weekend. I guess the weekend part is over with, but it's still a holiday for a lot of people. So thank you guys for jumping on with us and spending a little bit of time with us. We're going to be going over a few different things on just kind of getting started in the CDLP. I'm going to talk a little bit about some different sales tips. I know Sharana's going to talk about a few different things herself as well. We're going to update you guys on what's going on with the CDLP certification trainings. So you guys will be aware of that. We'll give you guys some reminders, and we're going to probably take some questions today. And we're going to answer a specific question that was posted on the page as well. We're going to address that question because a few people wanted to know the answer to that question. So I'm Robert Dunbar. Been with LegalShield for a little bit more than 11 years now. Been a network marketing trainer with the company. Sometimes I lose track, guys. It's been quite some time now. I used to be a regional manager. I used to train on the networking side, and I now train on the business solution side. So I've been on this business solution side training for going on 4 years. So just love training with the company, working with the company, building the business. I do work with insurance agents and network marketers and business solutions people. So I have a team as well. I've got 250K ring earners on my team. I'm a 100K ring earner myself. And the CDLP space is different. And one of the things I like most about it is that it's a specific industry. So we're offering a specific plan to a specific group of people, which to me makes the sale easier because they know that they need it and we offer it. So it's really plain and simple right there. So there's only a few of us in this space. I got started in this space because I got tired of asking questions that didn't get an answer from anybody. So my upline told me in the most personal developed voice he could that if I got tired of not getting the right answer, then maybe I need to find the answers and be the person that can give the answers to people that need them. So that's how I got involved in this space, and it's been a great turnaround for me. I love this part of the business. I love working with the people who make a decision to do something a little bit different, which is work this side. And guess what, guys? If you guys are working inside of the business, you don't have as much competition. So keep that in mind, not only in LegalShield, but outside of LegalShield, you don't have as much competition as well. So with that being said, I'm going to either turn it over to you, Sharana, or I'm going to start. Which one of us want to go first? You want me to do ladies first and you go first, or
you can go first.
Which one do?
You can
All
go
right, good. All right, so one, I want to address this question before we get to Q&A later on. I want to get this question out the way so I don't forget about it, because I said I was going to bring it up. And once we get heavy into stuff, I'll forget, and then I'll be getting DMs talking about why I said I was going to go over something I didn't. So let's go ahead and get that question answered. So it was a young lady, Miss Cross, had a question on the Facebook page about a person. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me go there so I can look at it, because I don't really want to quote her. I would rather go and actually see it. So let me see it. Bear with me 1 second, guys, while I pull this question up. Trent, if you have anything you need to mention while I'm pulling it up so we don't sit in silence, you can. That'd be fine.
No, so it's the first of the month, and we always try to just remember associates who are new on the call that maybe took the last certification training, just really how to just, go ahead and launch your business. Really just like you do with the networking side. You definitely want to make a list, make sure you have joined the Facebook page. I'm sure you have since you're on this call. We have a CDLP Facebook page, and within that Facebook page, we have a file section that has really probably everything you probably need to just get started. Just go through that file section. If you see one of the associates' names on it, normally it's in a Word document, giving you the ability to edit it and, put your own personal information on there. Definitely don't give out information with somebody else's name on it. But the file section has a lot of information and tools that you can use to definitely grow your business in this space. Associates have taken the time to to put that out there for you. And I just would say, just go to that file section and get familiar with those documents. Documents that are shared on this call are always on in that file section, and so we're going to talk a little bit about, things that we recommend when, especially when we're talking to field, other associates in field training is, there's a video out there, and you definitely want to look at the videos. A lot of them are on the Facebook page, but Mr. Dunbar has a YouTube channel that you can go and subscribe to, and you can really see all the videos that we've been doing since September of 2020. And if you go up under the announcement section, you can find all the conference calls ever since, Mr. Dunbar has started the Facebook group and the conference calls, which is phenomenal. I went through one of my files where I used to keep all the conference calls, and I was like, wow, look at all these conference calls here. But it's amazing because they were recorded, and there's a lot of content in all the recordings. And so, so if you're new to the call, or if you hadn't, did that in a while, go back and listen to some of those calls, some of those Zooms, and just, pick up on some nuggets there. That's what I would advise anybody that's new to the call tonight. Especially to learn how to pull and create you a list in this space, that third annual. So that means it's 2 other videos out there too. And we recommend you listen at those too, because each year they share some different content. So that will help you launch your business here in this space. And then I would say definitely to partner with the field trainer, someone that can help you to move in this space, and just make sure when you partner with one of these solutions trainer, you ask them, how well or how versed are they in this space, because all associates don't, practice in this space, and you just want to ask them how versed they are and how comfortable they are with, working in field training in this space, and, and what their success rate is. Just remember, you are an independent associate. You're not married to anybody. So if it doesn't work out, you always can work with whoever you want to, because at the end of the day, it's about your money. For real. Over to you, Dunbar.
All right, good stuff. Good tips. So Zia Cross asked on the page about 6 days ago, can our CDLP membership help a commercial driver whose car has been hit while parked? I know we help them if an accident is in their cars, but if the car in the accident and the driver is not, if the car is in the accident and the driver is not there, can we still help? And will the CDLP membership be sufficient for this situation? I have a prospective member who is a commercial driver, and his car was recently hit and totaled while it was parked. He wasn't present at the time, but there was a police report, and he has all the proof and paperwork about his vehicle being hit. He doesn't feel that the insurance company is doing what they should be based on the situation. Aside from the $2,000 help with lost damages, is there anything else that we can do? Keep in mind, this person is not yet a member.
What? He's not a member?
Mm-mm. Not yet a member.
Boy, bye.
So I'm gonna give you my take on it. My take on it is, one, can we do something about that? Yes, we can. If they were already a member, it would be different things we can do at no cost. But with the person not being a member at all, when they join, this person would get whatever they get will be at a 25% discount. Is there something we can do? Yeah, we're attorneys, so yes, something we can do. It's just going to be at 25% discount. What the attorneys are going to do, I don't know. Even if you do know, I wouldn't tell a client that, because I wouldn't want that to come back on me. So I would say, for all of those who may have read that question or may have had that question or that scenario or was waiting to hear an answer on that, one, we definitely don't want to play the attorney. So don't answer any legal questions. If a person has all of those things wrapped up like that, can an attorney help them? Absolutely, an attorney can help them. What the attorney is going to do? No, we don't know. In that circumstance, a 25% discount because they're not already a member. Now, let's say that they were already a member. If they were already a member, then they would just pick up the phone and call the law firm and let them know what's going on. Send a police report over to the law firm and then let them determine based on the laws in that state what they can and can't do. So that would be my quick answer to that. Sharana, you want to touch on that?
Yeah. So my deal. That's not ideal. That is not ideal. Like, I thought it was a member because you didn't tell me the whole thing. So, okay. So like you said, right now it's at a 25% discount because they're not a member. But if they were a member and if they had a CDL and they had both plans, I would say to my client, just pick up the phone and call the law firm. Which law firm? It didn't matter, because that all you have to do is instruct your member that they have both plans. But just pick up the phone and call. My thing is we want to encourage usage. So if you sold if the person was a client and you sold the combo plan and they had the legal and the CDL, it was his personal vehicle. It was part. Okay, if he did choose to call the state attorney, which is the local attorney, I would instruct them to say, I have the CDLP plan as well, but it's my personal vehicle. Should I be speaking with this, this law firm, or should I call Riggs and Abney? As an associate, we need to make sure they understand that they have two law firms. Okay, but if they didn't have, say they didn't have the legal plan and you just sold them the CDLP plan, call Riggs and Abney. They have the plan. That's their commercial driver. They have the plan. We cover them in their personal and their commercial vehicle, right? So either way, whatever plan they had, just pick up the phone and knowing that they had one or the other, because I pray that as a CDL holder that we all know to sell them at least that CDLP plan versus that personal. Because if it was just that personal and them being a CDL person, it may go a little different. But however, I would encourage usage. All that information that was written was a lot of information, where I feel as it just wasn't our deal. Just write a membership and encourage usage. I mean, that's what I would do. I would write a membership and encourage usage. All that associates ask all the time, can we help? Yeah, we can help. We can get consultation with all our plans. And that's right now what that client needs is what to do. So it always falls whether we help at 25, 75% or 100% or 75%, because we have that discount. So I would encourage usage. I would sell a membership, let them know that it's at a 25% discount because it's after the fact, and just encourage them to pick up the phone and get some legal advice and start with that. And if you choose to sell a combo plan, let them call both law firms. It's not a charge to pick up the phone and get consultations. That's just my take on it.
No, I'm good. That's it. That's what we want to hear. That's your take on it. So let's talk a little bit about because this is the first first week of the month, first training of the month. And again, I do sales training after sales training after sales training. And I see, so last week as an example, I did a test. So I spent an hour making calls. And I tried some different things because I wanted to see what was going to get me the best response. So I had a list of drivers from a company that I'm working with, and they sent me some new drivers over, and they was like, "Hey, we got these new drivers," and I was like, "All right." So I was like, "Well, let me test some things with these drivers, right?" And like, guys, I'm not telling you to do this with your people. Like, do whatever you got going on. I got different stuff going on, so I was doing this just because I'm a sales trainer. So I try different things just to see how things work, and I tried different approaches with these drivers. Now, mind you, this company is a payroll company, not a bank draft company. So I want to, let you guys know that ahead of time. This is a payroll company. And I tried different approaches when I called these guys, just to see how I would get the right response, what response I would get. I ended up calling 37 people in an hour, 37 drivers in an hour. I closed one the day I made the calls. I closed another one the next day that told me to call him the next day in the morning because he was busy at the time. And then the last guy I ended up closing him on a family plan, not a CDL plan, because he wasn't driving anymore right now. He's having some other issues. So I ended up selling him on the legal plan for the other issue that he was dealing with. So I ended up closing out 3 people over a 1 to 4 day period on 37 calls that I made in an hour. So different approaches, right? So when I called, one of the approaches I took was the assuming the sale, right? I kind of took that approach of calling the person and just letting them know like this. So let's say that the company that I was calling was a trucking company that belonged to Sharanda, or Sharanda was the safety manager, either or, right? When I called that driver, and I'm gonna use anybody's name on the screen, right? I called and I said I was calling L Tim. I called, and when L answered the phone, I said, "Hey L, this is Robert Dunbar. I work with ABC Trucking Company. Sharanda got me giving you guys a call. You all have a new benefit there to cover you if you get pulled over in the vehicle, to make sure that we can fight your tickets and things like that. You can stay on the road. You don't have to worry about anything. Also covers your spouse. It's about $6.91 a week. It only takes me 3 or 4 minutes to get you enrolled. I have all your stuff up on the system right on my computer. All I need to do is ask you a couple questions, punch your information in, and you'll be set. You'll get an email a day or two later. And if you have any questions, I'll help you upload the app. I'll get you your member perk discounts and all those things. Do you have time to get yourself enrolled right now?" That was one of my approaches that I took. That got me the best response. That one right there. Didn't ask them, was it okay? Didn't ask them, did they want the membership? Just told them that I'm working with their safety manager. This is a new benefit that they offer, and I'm calling each driver one at a time because of COVID, you guys aren't meeting. So I'm just calling you all. I got a list of all the drivers. And that was pretty much how I did it, right? So that approach, I got the best response out of that approach without people asking me questions and, "Oh, who is this?" And what is it? I didn't get none of that when I did that approach, right? So the other approach I tried was I made them think that I had called them already, right? So let's take this approach, right? So I'm calling Barbara Smith now, right? Same company. So I picked up the phone. And Barbara answered. I called, and Barbara answered the phone. I said, "Hey, Barbara, this is Robert Dunbar. I called you like back in April about the legal plan for your company. I can't remember what happened with the conversation because I'm out of town right now. I'm calling you guys all again, and I don't remember how we ended out. Like whether you said you wanted to get the plan, because I know you're not on the books right now. So I'm just calling anybody who's not on the books, and I'm not sure what happened. Now, mind you, I had never called Barbara. I had never called. This is my first time calling her. So when I took that approach, you wouldn't believe how many of the drivers were like, "Oh yeah. I remember talking to you. Yeah, no, we never got set up on it. Well, I got some time now. I can do it now, right? Just because they don't even remember. they don't even remember. So I took that approach just to kind of see, what the deal was. So I got a good response out of that. Like nobody was like, believe it or not, nobody told me that they didn't, that they, "Oh no, I don't remember talking to you." Nobody said that. Not one person said that back to me. So that approach worked as well when I took that approach. And then I took the driest approach I could, which was the approach that you take when you don't kind of know really what's going on, and you kind of just call them because you're not sure whether they'll get the membership or not. So again, making another call. So now I'm gonna use Bob Frazier as an example. So I picked up the phone and I called, and when Bob answered the phone, I said, "Hey Bob, this is Robert Dunbar. I'm with LegalShield. I'm giving you a call because your company offers a benefit, and I'm calling to see whether or not you want to enroll in it." And then I stopped. And then Bob said, "Oh, okay." And I said, "Well, I'm working with Sharanda, so she's got me giving you guys a call Did she tell you that I was going to be calling? Oh, no, she didn't say nothing to me about it. All right, well, you got time for me to explain the benefit to you? Well, no, not right now. Is it another time you can call back? That's some of the responses I got. Some of the other responses I got was, oh, yeah, I can talk right now. What is it? And I explained it to him. So I took that approach kind of like a newbie, like I didn't really know what to expect. And when I did that to them guys, mirror match. I didn't know, they didn't know. They was kind of like, oh, yeah, well, whatever, right? But when I called and I assumed to sell, they got the membership. Or they said, call me back, I'll enroll in. And I'm going to get more enrollments out of those 37 people I called without even calling more people because I've got commitments from other drivers for me to call back at different times, right? So why am I telling you guys this? Because sales is psychology, guys. Sales is psychology. And we've got to understand when we're offering things like, look, guys, nobody buys a drill because they want to drill. People buy drills because they want to make a hole. Does that make sense? People buy a vehicle because they know they have places they have to go and they don't want to catch the bus. They don't want to ask for a ride. They don't want to catch an Uber, right? They don't buy a car because they just want to go spend money and have a car payment and pay car insurance and all the things that go along with a car, right? So most of the time when we're buying things, we don't want what we're buying. We want the result that it gives us. Yes or yes? So I want you guys to look at that when you're offering the service, because I've been mentioning over the last couple of weeks about selling the benefit, not selling the feature. And that's where that theory comes from. You got to sell what it's going to do for the person because that's the emotional component. When you just tell a person something that it does, did you guys notice that I didn't really go over the membership with any of those people? In none of those examples did I go over the membership. Nobody asked me to go over the membership, for real. When they say what it do, fight tickets. If you get a moving traffic violation, we send an attorney to court so you stay on the road. That's all I told them. I didn't tell them nothing else. The most I said other than that was that it covers their significant other, whether they have a CDL or not, and that we help with fatalities. Like those are the only other two things I said about our membership. Why is that? Because you don't need to have that long, drawn out conversation with people. People want a result. When you're helping people, that's what they want, right? So when you call in to sell that CDL plan and you attach that family plan, and when you go to attach that family plan, you don't know what to say, right? Well, I don't know how to transition that sale. Transition it based on what it's going to do. Hey, look, the CDL plan is $29.95, but I'm going to go ahead and attach the family plan as well because we want to make sure that when it comes to things like having your will in place, you can do that with that plan. If you need to call the attorney 24 hours a day, anything can happen. If something happens in the middle of the night, I don't want you to not have the ability to call an attorney. That family plan is going to be able to do that for you. What's the ages of your dependents? Oh, I got a 13-year-old, man, and I got a 20-year-old. Yeah, well, your 13-year-old and 20-year-old, if you look at the news like I do, that could be a dangerous situation if something happens. They get pulled over, they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't want you to be on the road when something happened to one of your kids and you don't have any control of what can happen. Give them access to an attorney so they can hit a button, call an attorney, and talk to them 24 hours a day. You see what I'm selling, guys? I'm selling the benefit that they're going to have when they have the membership. I'm not saying, oh, if you have this plan, you get 24-hour access to an attorney. I'm saying if something happens, you want to be able to protect yourself by having a plan like this. You guys follow that? Yes, yes. So understand when you're marketing the plan, like you got to see value in it. And this goes all the way back to all the training that you guys are getting in APT, you're getting it in fast start training, you're probably hearing it from your upline on your team calls. If you're not using the plan, you're not going to sell the plan effectively. Because you cannot ask a person to buy something, right, that you're not using effectively. Because in your gut, it's a mental thing. I don't care how good of a salesperson you are. So when I hear a person talk to me about, oh, no, I can sell it without, right? I hear one of my realtor clients tell me, oh, I can sell $1 million home and you live in a $250,000 house. No, you can't. Because you don't know the experience of buying $1 million home. So you're going to have to step your game up. It's hard to sell $1 million houses when you live in a $250,000 house. Because you can't walk them through that process. You can't explain to them the passion of having that because you don't know how it works. When you have experience with calling the law firm and having conversations with them and then helping you in situations, they help your kids with situations, right? You've gotten a call back, you felt better emotionally and if you were stressed out about something, the law firm was able to help you get out of that stressful situation when they called you back. Because I called the law firm under duress. And guess what? Before I even got my response back, I felt better just because I got a file number and I'm waiting for an attorney to call me back. You can't explain that emotional feeling to a person if you've never had it. That's why the guy in the Mercedes dealership that sells the most Mercedes probably drives one. You can't be driving a Honda, working at Mercedes, and sell more Mercedes than a guy that drives Mercedes, because he's going to have a more genuine conversation because he drives one. So he's going to be able to talk about how it handles on the road, all the different features, what he likes about it, why he likes it better than his last car. You can't do that when you drive a Honda. Nothing wrong with driving a Honda, guys. I'm not beating up the Honda drivers. All I'm telling you is if you drive a Honda and you work at the Mercedes dealership, you're probably not going to outsell the guy that drives a Mercedes. You guys follow that? So I hope that's helping you all. So I brought that up because it's just, again, sales is psychology, guys. And we're in sales. And I know some of y'all want to believe that y'all can just share the information. I know some of y'all been told by upline team support and other trainers that, hey, guys, you're not really in sales. You're in sharing information. You in sales. Look up the definition in the book. You in sales. So I don't care what nobody told you. If you look up the word in a dictionary, it'll let you know you in sales. So don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself at all. You're in sales. And if you don't want to be in sales, you might need to leave this company. Right? I'm not opening the door for nobody to leave. All I'm telling you is the reality is the reality is. So anybody that knows me knows I'm gonna train from like reality. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing, because all it's gonna do is come back to bite me if I lie to you. So the bottom line is if you don't want to be in sales, you shouldn't be in network marketing at all, because you're selling something. You're selling two things: the opportunity to run a business and the opportunity to buy a product or service. So if you're not cool with that, man, you got to find something else to do, because you're not going to reach your highest levels in this business or in this industry if you won't even tell yourself that you're a salesman or a saleswoman. Taranda, you on mute.
I just heard one of Mr. Harlan Stonecipher's speeches, and that's what he said. We're in sales.
Good stuff.
Yeah, but so that was some good information you just shared. And the approaches you shared was, and I've used both ways. You know, when I come across as if I'm supposed to be calling them, like you say, a lot of times it doesn't even come up. You know, talk to Robert. You say to the guy, he told me to call you. Just like you said, they don't even, it's the emotional thing. It's dropping that name. But when I come across saying, oh, I'm working with Robert and we have this service and I just want to see if it's something that you want. No, they didn't wake up that morning thinking they gonna talk to you about a legal plan. They didn't even know it existed before then. So I understand. So that's some good stuff. And we are in sales. And when I wrap my mind around that really changed a lot in my business too. That we're solving issues, we're solving problems, we're solution making, solutions. We help solve bring solutions to problems and things like that. And when we can help solve those problems, it just, and they can see it, it helps to close the deal quicker.
And that's interesting, Sharanda. That's interesting that the name of the department where you open groups and do you sell small business plans is called Business Solutions, right? Yeah. You're there to solve a problem. You're there to solve a problem. And if it's like working in an assembly line. The biggest problem with working in an assembly line is when you got people working that want to be concerned about what other people are supposed to be doing. If you just work on the part, right? If you just work on your area, or they got you on the conveyor belt, right? And this for the old school people because they don't got too much of that going on no more, right? But back in the day, it used to be the conveyor belt, right? You worked in the factory and you had your area and you had to make sure your area was good. If you made sure your area was good and everybody else did the same thing at the end of the line, there was a completed product. But there's always somebody that wants to get in somebody else's lane. And one of the biggest challenges I see, not in CDLP, but in LegalShield in general, is that people want to be the attorney. And it's like, stop answering. You're making your job hard. Like, you the sales rep. You're not an attorney. You don't give legal advice. I don't care if you actually have, if you licensed to do so, you shouldn't be doing it here. So even if you're actually an attorney and you're doing LegalShield, you still shouldn't be giving advice. Let the attorneys do it. Like, your job is to sell the product and then turn them over to the law firm and make sure that their customer experience is good. That's how you keep good retention. That's how you focus on running your business instead of answering phone calls and talking people off a cliff. That's the lawyer's job to do that. You should only be talking them off a cliff if they having customer service issues, not about their legal problem. I got people on my team that will be on the phone with a client for an hour talking about their legal problem. Why are you talking to somebody about their legal problem for an hour? Right? You are an independent associate with LegalShield. And I like to tell myself I'm affiliated with. That's how I work. That's how I verbalize what I'm doing. I never say I'm an independent associate. I say that on calls with us because it's us. I'm affiliated with. Hey, you still work with LegalShield? No, that's one of my affiliate partners. I have to correct people since that's one of my affiliate partners. I work for myself. That's one of my affiliate partners. I offer legal and identity theft services, right, through my company. The product and the service belongs to LegalShield. That's not my product and service, it's theirs. I offer it through my company. My job is to do customer service and make sure the enrollment goes properly. My job is not to do legal. I don't care nothing about the legal part of it. That's not my business. You're in the business of sales, selling the plan because the company gives you a commission and lifetime residuals. If you stick to that, guys, you make a whole bunch of money. But the minute you start trying to solve business issues, solve enrollment issues, solve legal issues, now you're doing LegalShield stuff. They pay people to do that.
All right.
Concentrate on your sale and make sure the customer experience is good. That's how you keep members on the book. I've been with this company 11 years, going on 12 years. My persistency is 87%. My organizational persistency is above 85%. Why? Because we focus on selling the membership, selling it right, not buying leads, not buying 911s. And if you tell me you don't like attorneys, you don't like dealing with attorneys, I'm taking you to the corporate website and I'm signing you up there because I don't need you as my customer. Your 150 is not worth all that headache because all you're going to do is drop. If you don't like attorneys, then you're not going to keep the plan. I let LegalShield have that charge back. So we got to focus on making a proper sale and moving in that direction. Oh, by the way, I should have mentioned this. I don't know whether you did before I got on that Lamar and Randy wasn't going to be on. Did you mention it? Oh, by the way, guys, Lamar and Randy not going to be on. They got family time. It's the holidays, just so y'all know. So they didn't deserve this. They're here in spirit. So just understand, guys. Just tell yourself that you do affirmations every day. Tell yourself in the mirror every day that you are the best sales agent for this company. Put that in your affirmations if you're doing affirmations, but don't hide from the fact that you're in sales. I want you guys to really focus. Have we got any questions, Sharanda? Or you got anything, Dan?
No, that was good.
What's in this chat? We got
yeah.
Some sales, good stuff, Al. If a safety manager gets a CDLP plan, how would the plan be beneficial to him or her? So should a safety manager get the CDLP plan? My answer to that would be not if they're not driving. If they're not using their CDL license or they don't have one, then they don't need our plan. If they have a CDL plan, and this is going to be debatable depending on who answers this question. If they have a CDL license, but they're not using it, I would still say they need to have a plan because if they haven't turned their CDL off, meaning that it's still an active thing that they have, then they want a transportation attorney to go into court for them when something happens, even if it happens in their regular vehicle. Because if that safety manager is on file with that company and their insurance is being pulled with the other drivers, then if that person gets into an accident or gets a ticket in their regular vehicle, it's going to still affect the safety score of the company that they're working for as a safety manager if they still hold their CDL. So I would say if they still hold an active CDL and they're a safety manager, then I would tell them that will be the benefit. That's my answer to that. Sharanda?
My answer to it is we have to understand that with the endorsement, a CDL endorsement, whether they're driving or not, whether they're on that company's insurance or not, as long as they have that endorsement and they have an accident or anything, the law still holds them as a professional. So they still are going to be charged as if they still driving an 18-wheeler, they still driving, commercially because they have the endorsement. So you hear people all the time, drivers will say, oh yeah, I still got my CDL. I ain't drove in years, because they use it as a cushion because they feel like if I keep it and I have to go back and, drive or get a job and driving some type of truck or some type of equipment, they got that CDL to fall back on. But it doesn't matter. The law looks as if they're a professional, whether they're driving or not, as long as they have that endorsement. So if the question is always to that safety manager, do you have a CDL? And if they do, I would tell them, well, you would benefit from this because the law looks at you as a professional because you still have that endorsement. But if they don't have a CDL, like you said, they can't benefit from the CDL plan, but they can from the legal plan.
Good stuff. So before we take a couple of questions, what I'm gonna do is I am going to mention what's going on with the training. So we had the trainers with LegalShield. We had a call this week, and it has been determined by LegalShield. Some of you guys might know this because y'all field trainers or your upline, they'll let you know that there won't be any more live trainings outside of like conventions and things like that. They're going to be doing like different kind of APT and master trainings that they're going to be setting up in the future. That'll be live at some point, maybe at some Super Saturdays, maybe at corporate events, things like that. But the regular ongoing level 1, level 2, CDLP certifications, all of those things that you guys were getting in your marketplaces that were live, corporate is no longer going to be doing live training. Just so you guys know that. So everything will be online. But some of you guys, y'all like, oh, no more live trainings. I get it. And some of you guys are like, hey, that's great. I live in an area where they never have trainings anyway. Whatever your deal is. Bottom line is that's what corporate has decided. So at this point, there's only going to be online CDLP certification trainers, level 1 and level 2. So to get group certified, CDLP certified, small business, all of that's going to be strictly online. I don't know the group schedule yet. Sharanda may know it. I don't know it. But the CDLP schedule is going to be the third Saturday of every month. The difference is going to be now from what it's been during the COVID time is that they're going to rotate the trainers now. So normally, for those that's been around for any amount of time, you know that the CDLP online trainings have been Alan Roman and Chris Seelig. And some of us have been in the background answering questions and things like that, but we haven't actually done any trainings with them. They're the ones doing them during COVID. Now we will be opening up, and it'll be a rotation between the 6 trainers. It'll normally be Alan Roman and then one of the other 5 trainers. That's how it's going to rotate on a month-to-month basis. So you'll get to hear from all the different trainers coming up. I'll throw a link in the chat when. Yes, the charge for the online training, I believe it's going to be $49. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's going to be $49. I don't think they're going to change the price. I think it's going to remain to be $49 for online training. So that's where that's going to be at. If there's going to be any change in that, then we'll know when y'all know, because they don't tell us about a change in price before they tell y'all anyway. If they're going to change the prices, they kind of release that to all of us at once. So you guys will know if there's any specials or anything like that. But they will remain to be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time on the third Saturday of every month. So you can get a CDLP certification once a month. online. So just keep that in mind. It will rotate. I'll throw the link for the one coming up on July 24th when Sharanda's talking. The training July 24th is Alan Roman and myself. We're going to be training together on July 24th, and then he's going to be training with a different trainer in August, and he's going to do that with every trainer, and then he's going to start over and go through that rotation again. So it'll give you guys all the chance to hear from all the trainers online for certification training. But again, there won't be any more live trainings unless there's live trainings at the conventions where they may let us do maybe a live training for CDLP and for business solutions at the corporate trainings that we have coming up in the futures. They may let us do that, but outside of that, no marketplace training. So just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that as well. Anything you want to add to that, Trent?
No, we have upcoming July trainings. So if you have an associate with an effective date of May 1st or after, they can attend any level 1 basics or level 2 employee benefit certification training for free. You have to email solutionstraining@legalshieldcorp.com with their name, associate number, and which training they wish to attend. Also, so, on the 9th, which is Friday, we have level 2. On the 16th, we have level 1. On the 23rd, we have level 2. On the 30th, we have level 1. And on the 24th, you just mentioned, we have the CDLP training. And so for all those trainings, you can go to LSB, like Legal Shield Business Solutions, but it's just the initials, lsbstraining.com, to see all the trainings and class information there. But if you're having a new associate that's going to take it, you have to email training support so they can go for free. No. And so I just think that the online trainings are good because a lot of people can participate. People don't have to drive. And that's what everything is right now, is online. So I think more people are taking advantage of that because we're still in a pandemic. I'm sorry, we're still in a pandemic.
Yeah, I understand now. For those that know that I have a relationship with, obviously they know that my girlfriend works with infectious diseases in Georgetown, and there's actually a new strain that just hit. So, and that's not to scare anybody. I'm just letting you guys know it is. There's a new strain of COVID that has hit the country. So just be careful, guys. If you've been vaccinated, whatever the case may be. I don't want to turn this into a COVID conversation. I'm just letting you know, just awareness. So pull it up, look at it on your own, do whatever due diligence you need to do, but just know that there's something else out there now, and that is publicly known that is out there. So we just don't know what that kind of stuff turns into. But there is definitely another strain. So just keep your eyes open and make sure you're staying safe and vigilant, and make sure your family's doing the same. So that's where that's at. So we go ahead and take a couple of questions here before we close out. Anybody have any questions about anything? Check the chat, see if there's something there. No. Yeah, repeat is the same cost, Al. So whether it's new or repeat, I think it's $49. I don't think that's going to change. If it changes, we'll let you guys know on one of these calls. Anybody else with a question? Going once? Going twice?
Mr. Dunbar?
Yes.
Hi, this is Stephanie Williamson. Just a quick question. How do we get on the accountability call on Thursday?
Miss Accountability Call can answer that question.
It's a link underneath the announcements on the CDLP page.
I looked, I scrolled, I couldn't find it.
It's on there. It's under join our team. Under announcements, it says join the team. You have to register.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? I'm gonna go ahead and throw this this link here in the chat real quick. This is the link for July 24th training, CDLP training. For anybody that wants to register, go ahead and click that link and you can register there. I also talked to Alan Roman as well about jumping on this call periodically. He said he would. Because I know he hasn't been getting on this call at all. So I think he was waiting for an invite. I think he didn't want to intrude, because when I asked him, he was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't want to just get on there and start talking." So no, he's good. So he'll be joining us periodically on the call and just say a couple words. And we're gonna try to get the law firm on as well. Just we do it so late. That's the problem. We do it so late. The law firm is not there anymore. So that's why we have it. So if there's no more questions, Sharon, you got anything to close out?
No, I would just tell everybody to jump on the blitz tomorrow. Get that energy, make dials with everybody else in LegalShield, and have your list ready to maximize the call. So that's just a good time to say you're gonna do your dials. And if you can do it, if you can't, it's okay. Just choose a time and block it out and say this is when you're gonna do it, and it'll be okay. We'll be thinking about you, okay?
All right, let me see if there's any question. Hold on, I'm just checking YouTube real quick, because I think there's a question over here. Awesome, my bad, that is the way it was. Tag. All right. Are there any trainers that I can connect with in Illinois? The closest trainer to connect with Rhonda in Illinois is going to be Alan Roman. Alan Roman is in Missouri. So he's going to be the person that you would connect with. He normally does the trainings in Chicago. I know every now and then Chris Seelig does the training in Chicago, but the person who normally does that area is Alan Roman. So even though we're all online training, things like that, Alan Roman would be the person that you can connect with. But if you just need a field trainer, Rhonda, you can actually reach out to anybody. So not anybody. Let me back up. I didn't mean to say anybody. I meant any field trainer that does CDLP. They don't have to necessarily be in Chicago or in Illinois. You can reach out to them and they can help you over the phone. Because more than likely, you're not going into the trucking company to do an enrollment. If you are, that's another conversation. We can talk about that if you need to. But if it's going to be something online, you really don't need anybody in Illinois. So just so you know that. And that's it. I think that's another question. Let's plan to write it down. Yep, that's it. So no more questions on here. No more questions on YouTube. So we're gonna go ahead and get closed out, guys. We appreciate you guys being with us again. And remember, every Monday, guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's a holiday. It doesn't matter what's going on. If it's my birthday, if it's somebody else's birthday, we're gonna still be on, because I need to be on here live so we can make sure we record it. So if it's only 4 people, I'm gonna still be on here because it's just gonna record it and y'all can go back and listen to it. It's not gonna matter. So every Monday at 8:30, guys, we're here. So we don't miss. It doesn't matter what's going on. So thank you guys for sticking with us. You guys have a fantastic rest of your week.
You too, and thank you. Appreciate your dedication, Robert.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here over the holidays. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everybody.
Good night.